You're 25, 28, maybe 30. You're earning more than your father did at your age, but somehow you have less mental peace than he had. Why? Because in India, we don't just spend money, we adjust it. We adjust for the cousin's wedding, the LIC premium, the society maintenance, and that one EMI that's quietly eating your soul. If you have 40,000 rupees in your account, you're one hospital bill away from being broke. That's the reality of the Indian middle class in 2026. And the reason you can't hit that first 1 lakh rupees, it's not Swiggy. It's a specific Indian savings trap that no Western book will tell you about. In the next 3 minutes, I'm going to show you why your Indian upbringing is actually making it harder for you to save, and the 6-week blackout trick to break this cycle. If you don't want to be adjusting your life for the next 20 years, watch this. Okay, real talk. It's the first of the month. Your salary just hit, maybe 35,000 rupees, maybe 52,000 rupees, maybe 80,000 rupees. Doesn't actually matter. And the first thing you do before you even think about saving is open Swiggy, or you pay your phone bill that was somehow 400 rupees more than last month. And then you look at your account 4 days later and think, where did it go? Sound familiar? And here's the worst part. You've told yourself, this month I'll save 10,000 rupees. Last month, you said the same thing. Month before that, same thing. And the number in your savings account hasn't moved. It's been sitting at 12,000 rupees for the last 8 months, and you genuinely have no idea why. That feeling, that confused, slightly ashamed, am I just bad with money feeling? I want to talk about that today. Because you are not bad with money. You are just stuck in a trap that almost nobody talks about. And today, I'm going to show you exactly what that trap is and exactly how to get out of it. I'm Rohan, and I spend way too much time thinking about why intelligent, hardworking people can't seem to accumulate their first 1 lakh rupees in savings. If you're someone who earns a decent income, but somehow your bank balance never seems to actually grow, seriously, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if it helps you out. I put a lot of work into this stuff, and it genuinely means a lot. Alright, let's get into it. Here's a stat that genuinely bothered me when I found it. According to broader financial landscape surveys and RBI data on household savings, a massive percentage of urban salaried individuals have dangerously low liquid buffers. Not investments, actual accessible savings. We are talking about people in Bengaluru, Mumbai, Hyderabad, Pune, people earning 40,000 rupees, 60,000 rupees, 1 lakh rupees a month with practically zero accessible cash for emergencies. How is that possible? Urban rents have shot up by 15 to 30% in major tech hubs over the last couple of years. A 2 BHK that cost 18,000 rupees in Hyderabad's Kondapur 3 years ago is now easily pushing 26,000 to 28,000 rupees. I get it. But here's the thing, that doesn't fully explain the problem. Because I've spoken to people earning 1,50,000 rupees a month who also can't save 1 lakh rupees. The income level changes, the problem stays the same. So, what's actually going on? Look, I'm going to say something that's going to sound a little harsh, but stay with me because this is genuinely the most useful thing I'm going to say today. The reason you can't save your first 1 lakh rupees is not because you don't earn enough money. It's because your brain does not actually believe that 1 lakh rupees is achievable for you, and so, completely unconsciously, it keeps spending. Let me explain what I mean with some actual neuroscience here because this is wild. There's a concept in behavioral economics called goal gradient effect. The simpler version, humans are psychologically wired to accelerate effort as they approach a visible goal. A rat running through a maze literally speeds up the closer it gets to the food. And humans, same thing. But here's the flip side nobody talks about. If your goal feels impossibly far away, your brain doesn't just slow down, it self-sabotages. It actively finds reasons to spend, to defer, to reward itself now because later feels hopeless. So when you say, I want to save 1 lakh rupees and you have 8,000 rupees in your account, your brain looks at that gap and says, this is not happening. Might as well have the biryani. And that's exactly what most financial advice misses completely. They'll give you a 50-30-20 budget template and act like willpower is a renewable resource. It is not. Okay, let me show you the actual math here because this is where it gets really interesting. Let's take a person earning 45,000 rupees per month take home, very average for a middle level employee in a tier 1 or tier 2 city in 2026. Standard advice says save 20%. That's 9,000 rupees a month. At 9,000 rupees a month, to reach 1 lakh rupees, you need 11.1 months, almost a full year. Now, think about how many things happen in 11 months. Diwali, a family wedding, your phone screen cracks, a medical emergency, your company switches PF policy, a friend needs help, your bike breaks down. There are realistically multiple significant financial shocks per year in an average Indian household. Diwali, family weddings, medical emergencies, bike breakdowns, we all know the drill. Which means in those 11 months, your savings reset, partially or fully. And then the cycle starts again, and you feel like a failure. But you're not. The timeline was always set up to make you fail. Here's what most people don't realize. The problem isn't the saving rate. The problem is the timeline is too long for your brain to survive psychologically. So what do we do about it? We cheat, but we cheat smart. I call this the milestone compression strategy, and the math behind it is genuinely elegant. Instead of thinking 1 lakh rupees in 11 months, we break it into 3 phases. Phase 1, 25,000 rupees in 6 weeks. Yes, 6 weeks, not 6 months, 6 weeks. Here's how. For 6 weeks, just 6 weeks, you go on what I call a financial blackout sprint. Every non-essential expense gets frozen. No eating out, no Amazon impulse buys, no new clothes, no random Zepto orders at midnight. You eat at home, you use what you have. Now I know what you're thinking. Rohan, this sounds miserable and unsustainable. You are absolutely right. It is unsustainable. That's why we are only doing it for 6 weeks. You're not adopting a new lifestyle. You are completing a sprint with a visible finish line. Remember the goal gradient effect? We are using it for us now. For most people in the 35,000 to 80,000 rupees salary range, a 6-week blackout sprint frees up between 18,000 to 35,000 rupees in cash they didn't even know they had. I've had viewers DM me after trying this and saying they saved 22,000 rupees in 45 days without feeling like they were suffering. Why? Because 6 weeks has a visible end. Your brain can see the finish line, it doesn't self-sabotage. Phase 2, 25,000 rupees to 50,000 rupees, the automation phase. This is where you shift from sprinting to systems. You set up a standing instruction, not a mental note, an actual SI, on your salary account. The day your salary credits, 8,000 to 10,000 rupees auto transfers to a separate savings account. Not an FD, not a mutual fund yet, just a separate zero balance savings account that you do not have a debit card for. Out of sight, out of mind. I personally use a separate account with a different bank altogether, so it doesn't even show up on my primary banking app's home screen. This phase takes roughly 3 months, and it feels completely different from phase 1 because you're not grinding, the system is working for you. Phase 3, 50,000 rupees to 1 lakh rupees, the momentum phase. Here's the magical thing about human psychology. Once you have 50,000 rupees saved, something actually shifts in how you think about money. Research from the National Economic Research Bureau confirms this. People who cross a psychological savings threshold report significantly higher motivation to continue. The money starts to feel real. It starts to feel yours. This is the phase where you also start looking for what I call income boosters. Not a second job necessarily, but a freelance project, reselling something you no longer use, referring someone to your company's HR referral program. Most IT companies in India are paying 15,000 to 50,000 rupees in referral bonuses right now in 2026 as hiring picks back up. You channel even one of these into the pile and suddenly you're at 80,000 rupees, 90,000 rupees, and then the last 10,000 rupees feels like nothing. Total timeline? Approximately 5 to 6 months. Not 11, not a year, 5 to 6 months. I want to take a second here and talk about something that doesn't get enough airtime in personal finance content, and that is the identity shift that happens when you save your first lakh rupees. Most personal finance advice treats money like a math problem. Add income, subtract expenses, savings appear. But anyone who's actually tried to change their financial behavior knows that's not how it works. Money is emotional. Money is identity. Money is tied to how you grew up, what your parents said about it, what your social circle does with it. If you grew up in a household where money was always scarce, and statistically a lot of us did, you may have a deep subconscious belief that saving is for other people, that financial stability is for people who come from money, or got lucky, or studied at an IIT, not for you. That belief is lying to you, but you can't fight it with a spreadsheet. The reason I push so hard for phase 1, the sprint, is because it creates proof, not motivation, not inspiration, proof. You see 25,000 rupees appear in an account that was at zero last month, and your brain cannot deny it. Something in you quietly updates. Oh, I can do this. That's the unlock. That's the real first 1 lakh rupees. Not the rupees, the identity update. Real quick, 3 traps that will wreck your progress. I see these constantly. Trap 1, premature investing. The number of people who tell me they can't save 1 lakh rupees but they're doing SIPs. Look, SIPs are wonderful. Long-term wealth building, compounding, all of that is real and important. But if you have no liquid savings buffer and you hit a 30,000 rupees emergency, you break the SIP to cover it. Or worse, you take a personal loan at 18 to 24%. Your mutual fund compounded at 12% does not survive an 18% loan. Get the 1 lakh rupees first, then SIP, in that order. Trap 2, the lifestyle creep blind spot. India's total credit card spending surged by around 23% in 2025, according to RBI data. We are spending more than ever on things we didn't used to spend on, not because we are extravagant, but because the default has changed. Zomato Gold, Amazon Subscribe and Save, gym memberships used twice, OTT platforms you forgot you're subscribed to. Do a subscription audit right now. Open your bank statement. Control plus F for recurring. I promise you'll find 1500 to 3000 rupees a month you completely forgot about. Trap 3, waiting for a raise. I'll start saving properly once I get my increment. I've heard this from people at every income level. People earning 25,000 rupees say it, people earning 2 lakh rupees a month say it. The raise comes, lifestyle adjusts to meet it, and the savings rate stays at zero. If you can't save on your current income, you almost certainly won't save on a higher income either, unless you change the system first. Build the habit now, scale the numbers up later. Look, here's the honest truth. Saving your first lakh rupees in India in 2026 is genuinely harder than it was 5 years ago. Inflation is real, rent is painful, EMIs are everywhere. I'm not going to pretend otherwise. But I also know from the data, from the research, and honestly from the messages I get from you guys that it is completely, absolutely 100% doable on a middle class Indian salary. What it requires is not more willpower or more income. What it requires is a smarter psychological strategy than the one you're currently using. Sprint for 6 weeks, automate ruthlessly, let momentum do the rest. Your first 1 lakh rupees is not just money, it is the version of yourself who knows they can do this. And that version of you can save 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, can start investing intelligently, can stop fearing every unexpected expense. It starts here. It starts this month. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. Drop a comment telling me what your current biggest savings blocker is. I read every single one and I might turn the most common answer into the next video. I'm Rohan. See you next time.